The Falling Star Boy. This is the story of the Star Child, a tale woven with threads of redemption and the transformative power of compassion. It follows his journey from celestial grace to earthly disgrace, and ultimately back again. But be warned, this is also a cautionary tale, a reminder of the profound importance of kindness and the enduring consequences of our choices. In the heart of winter, when snow lay thick upon the ground, two woodcutters ventured into the forest. They sought fuel to warm their humble homes against the biting cold. As they passed a willow grove, a sight most wondrous met their eyes. There, nestled amongst the snow-laden branches, lay a child of extraordinary beauty. He was wrapped in a garment of precious cloth, embroidered with silver stars that shimmered even in the dim light. It was as if he had fallen directly from the heavens. The woodcutters, though poor, were kind-hearted men. They debated what to do with the foundling. The woodcutter's wife initially resisted, reminding him of their own meager existence. "How can we possibly feed another mouth when our own children barely have enough?" she asked, her voice laced with worry. But the woodcutter, a man of deep faith, replied, "God cares for the sparrows, wife. Surely he will provide for this child as well." And so, the Star Child was taken into their home and raised as their own. He grew into a boy of unparalleled beauty, admired by all who beheld him. His face was like that of an angel, and his hair shone like spun gold. But beauty, untempered by kindness, can be a dangerous thing. As the Star Child grew, his beauty bred within him a terrible pride, a cruel arrogance that poisoned his heart. He looked down upon the other children of the village, considering them his inferiors. "They are but common clay," he would sneer, "while I am the son of a star." He had no pity for the poor, the blind, or the crippled who dared to cross his path. Instead, he would pelt them with stones, laughing at their pain and misery. He mocked the sick and the ugly, fascinated by his own flawless reflection. The woodcutter and his wife, witnessing this transformation, were heartbroken. They scolded him for his cruelty, pleading with him to change his ways. Even the old priest of the village tried to instill in him a love for all living creatures. But the Star Child, blinded by his own vanity, turned a deaf ear to their pleas. His heart remained as cold and hard as the winter stones he threw. One day, a beggar woman, ragged and weary, arrived in the village. She sought shelter and food, but more than that, she sought her son. For she was the Star Child's true mother, though he did not know it. When the Star Child saw her, he recoiled in disgust. "Away with you, despicable beggar woman!" he cried. "Do not dare to come near me." He denied her, claiming to be the son of a star, not the offspring of such a wretched creature. "I am not your mother," he spat, his voice filled with contempt. "My mother is far more beautiful than you." The beggar woman, her heart breaking, pleaded with him for a single kiss, a sign of recognition. But the Star Child refused. "You are too ugly," he said, turning away in revulsion. And in that moment, as his cruel words echoed through the village, a terrible curse fell upon him. His beauty vanished, replaced by a hideous ugliness. His face became like that of a toad, and his body was covered in loathsome scales. The Star Child, now a monster in his own eyes, finally understood the depth of his sin. He realized the pain he had inflicted upon others, the cruelty that had festered within his heart. Overwhelmed with remorse, he vowed to find his mother and beg for her forgiveness. He wandered the world, a pariah shunned by all. The animals, remembering his past cruelty, fled at his approach. The people in the villages mocked and rejected him, repulsed by his grotesque appearance. For 3 long years, he endured this torment, experiencing firsthand the suffering he had so carelessly inflicted upon others. He learned the true meaning of loneliness, despair, and the sting of unearned hatred. In his desperate search, he stumbled upon a cruel magician, a sorcerer of dark arts. The magician, seeing the star child's ugliness, saw an opportunity for exploitation. He purchased the boy as a slave for the price of a mere bowl of wine. The magician subjected the star child to a series of impossible tasks, each designed to break his spirit. He was ordered to retrieve 3 gold coins from the forest, 1 white, 1 yellow, and 1 red. Each coin was guarded by perilous creatures and hidden in treacherous locations. These trials were not merely tests of strength or cunning. They were trials of character, designed to force the star child to confront his own selfishness and learn the true meaning of empathy. During his trials, the star child repeatedly encountered a leper, a man afflicted with a terrible disease. The leper begged for alms, pleading for a morsel of food or a single coin. Each time, the star child was faced with a choice: to help the leper and risk the magician's wrath, or to ignore his suffering and focus on his own survival. He also encountered a rabbit caught in a snare, its leg broken and bleeding. The rabbit, remembering the star child's past cruelty, trembled in fear, but the star child, transformed by his own suffering, felt a pang of compassion. He chose compassion over self-preservation, giving away the coins despite the consequences. He freed the rabbit from the trap, and in return, the rabbit, guided by gratitude, helped him find the hidden coins. He gave the coins to the leper, knowing full well that he would be punished for his disobedience. These acts of kindness, born from genuine remorse, mirrored the love he had so callously denied his own mother. With each act of compassion, the ugliness within him began to fade, replaced by a glimmer of hope. After enduring countless hardships and demonstrating unwavering compassion, the star child finally completed his trials. He returned to the village, not expecting forgiveness, but simply hoping to find his mother. And then a miracle occurred. He was led to the castle, where he was reunited with the beggar woman he had so cruelly rejected. But she was no longer a beggar. She was a queen, and the leper he had aided was her husband, the king. The queen, seeing the transformation in her son's heart, embraced him with tears of joy. The king, witnessing his son's newfound compassion, forgave him for his past transgressions. And as they embraced, the curse was lifted. The star child was restored to his former beauty, his face radiant with the light of redemption. The star child, now a prince, ascended to the throne after his parents. He ruled with justice and compassion, remembering the lessons he had learned during his years of suffering. He rewarded those who had shown him kindness, and he banished the evil magician from the land. He taught his subjects the importance of love, affection, and charity. He established hospitals for the sick, shelters for the homeless, and schools for the poor. Under his reign, peace and prosperity flourished throughout the kingdom. But even the most virtuous lives are not immune to tragedy. Despite his good deeds and his unwavering commitment to justice, the star child's past suffering had taken its toll. The wounds of his past, both physical and emotional, never fully healed. After only 3 years of rule, the star child succumbed to his lingering ailments and passed away. His legacy of kindness and compassion was overshadowed by the cruelty of his successor, a selfish and tyrannical ruler who quickly undid all the good he had accomplished. And so, the tale of the star child serves as a cautionary reminder. It reminds us that even the most virtuous lives are fragile, and that the seeds of cruelty can easily take root and flourish. It emphasizes the lasting impact of our actions, both good and bad, and the importance of choosing compassion over indifference, love over hate, and kindness over cruelty. For in the end, it is not beauty or power that truly matters, but the love we give and the kindness we show to others.